Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Keats Pod. In this pod episode, I'll be reviewing the new Predator Badlands film. Now, for the pod listeners, when I review films, I keep it as spoiler free as possible. I'll be speaking about a few of the scenes and a few of the characters, and I won't delve too heavily when speaking about the story, and I won't reveal how the movie ends. Also, pod listeners, I'll be going down memory lane by speaking about all of the previous Predator movies and how they all compare to the new Predator Badlands film. I've rewatched them all over the last few weeks, and I'm pretty keen to speak about them all. So, pod listeners, strap in your seatbelts as we have one hell of a podcast episode that's very Predator themed. Now, I've been a fan of the Predator movies since I watched the first Predator movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger when I was around 12 years old. I also watched Predator 2 at around about the same age as well. They were both great films for their time. Now, in general, it's a sport for the Predator to go out to other planets and kill creatures, including humans, who pose a threat to them, and they keep their skulls as trophies. For the people who didn't know, Disney bought out 20th Century Fox Studios, who own the rights to the Predator films in 2019. They paid $71.3 billion to buy them out and become majority owner of the company. Some of the more popular 20th Century Fox films include the following: the Avatar films, the first 6 Star Wars films ever made with George Lucas, the Titanic movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, the Die Hard films with Bruce Willis, the Ice Age films, which are popular for kids, the Alien movies, as well as all of the Predator movies. Some of the more popular 20th Century Fox TV series include the following: The Simpsons, The X-Files, and MASH. Now, I want to talk to you pod listeners about Hulu. Now, a lot of you guys, some of you guys know about Hulu, particularly Americans, maybe not so much international people. Now, when you go on the Disney Channel, you see the logo on a few of the Predator films on the image thumbnails. Now, these films are Predator Killer of Killers and Prey. Now, Hulu is a streaming service that started in 2007, and they were initially owned by News Corporation and NBC Universal. You can only stream Hulu in America. You can't stream it overseas. Disney became the majority owner of Hulu and bought them out in 2019 for $9 billion, which included all the rights to the Predator films. Now, if you want to watch anything Hulu internationally, it's through the Disney Channel. So Hulu is on the Disney Channel. Hulu also streams most of the adult movies and TV series from Disney. That includes the Alien movies and the Kardashian TV series. The director of Predator Badlands, his name's Daniel Trachtenberg, and he has literally saved the Predator film franchise. Before him, the Predator films were heading downhill, so they were getting worse and worse, especially from the 2018 Predator film called The Predators. Now, this movie is absolutely terrible. It was fucking shot, and I'll be speaking about this movie later on, pod listeners. Daniel Trachtenberg has directed the last 3 Predator films, which includes Prey, Predator Killer of Killers, and the most recent Predator Badlands. All these movies have been well received by critics. Now, I'll be speaking about the Predator Badlands movie currently in cinemas. So, I'll briefly explain the story. Now, again, pod listeners, when I review films, I'll keep them as spoiler free as possible. I'll be speaking about a few of the scenes, a few of the characters, and I won't delve too heavily when speaking about the story, and I won't reveal how this movie ends because I really want guys to go out and see this movie and really enjoy it. Now, Deck is the name of the main Predator character in this film, and the Predator type he is a Yaoja. He isn't a cold-hearted predator like the predators you've seen in the older Predator films. If you don't impose a threat to Deck, he'll leave you alone. He's involved in a brutal fight with his brother at the start of the film. It appears to be a fight to the death. However, this isn't the case. His older brother is just testing him out in skilled combat. You also come across Deck's father at the start of the movie. To be put simply, without giving away too much, he just isn't a good predator, and I'll leave it at that. Deck is then forced on a quest to find a beast called the Kalisk that's on a planet called Death Planet, where virtually every plant and creature wants to kill you on this planet. When first entering Death Planet, the Predator is equipped with the following weapons: a plasma sword, which looks like a cool Star Wars lightsaber, a combi stick, which looks like a javelin that can shrink and extend with a click of a button, a plasma bow that shoots laser arrows, and a retractable wrist blades that look similar to ninja stars that you can throw. Deck realizes that virtually every creature and plant that habitats on Death Planet is looking to kill him. He comes across a synthetic human looking character named Thea. She's basically a robotic cyborg human. Anyway, she saves Deck at one stage. I won't say how. And when you first see her, she has no legs. They were ripped off when she was in a battle, a very vicious battle, by the way, with the Kalisk. He also comes across a space monkey creature that Thea nicknames Bud. I believe Disney put the pressure on the writers of the movie to add this character to have the film rated PG-13 in America. He's a cute and cuddly creature that provides moments of humor, who ends up being friends with the Predator. The Predator at one stage loses all of his weapons and armor and uses items on the Badlands for body armor and weaponry that includes bison skeletons, a slug-type creature that spits venom, and he uses dangerous plants that explode as bombs. Once equipped with these weapons, Deck is on a mission to reunite himself with the synth Thea, who has been relocated back to original base on the Death Planet. I won't tell you why. He plans on saving her and adding her as a companion with the space monkey Bud back to his home planet. The synth, the Predator, and Bud look like the new Guardians of the Galaxy gang when you see them together. And it looks like there'll be another Predator film that involves this Galaxy gang as well after watching the end of this film. What I like about the film, the Badlands world is amazing and captured really well with the CGI used in the film. The sound effects are awesome in this film. I wish I watched it at IMAX theater. I think I will rewatch this movie at IMAX when I get the opportunity. This film was written with a pretty good storyline. It was very suspenseful and had an unexpected ending. The synthetic human character Thea is a good inclusion to the film as she speaks English and makes it easier to follow the film instead of looking at subtitles all the time when the Predator speaks. She also helps the Predator with her knowledge of the Badlands throughout the film, especially when coming across different plants and creatures trying to kill them. Her legs are also separated from her for most of the film, which is hilarious. You even see her legs randomly kicking the shit out of synths later on in the film. What I didn't like about the film, the cute little space monkey named Bud, which appeared to be added to make the film PG-13 in rating. Disney more than likely put the pressure on the writers to do this. The Predator films are at their best when they're brutal and gory as hell with our cute little characters. I didn't like that there were no humans at all in this movie. Yes, if you had any humans out in the wilderness of the Death Planet, then they die straight away. However, if you had some humans with synthetics at their camping grounds, they would have been protected by the synthetics. It would have made the movie more interesting. Now, my final rating out of 10 for this film is an 8 out of 10. It was a pretty solid film. I reckon Disney put the pressure on the director Daniel Trachtenberg to try and make the movie a bit more of an older family film. What I mean is parents going to the film comfortably with their younger teenage kids to watch it. The Predator films are usually gory adult themed films, and that's what I love about them. Now, guys, I'll be talking about all of the older Predator films. I'll be giving a brief overview of these films. I'll give my rating out of 10, and I'll be comparing it to the new Predator Badlands film by explaining whether I felt it was better or not. Now, we'll start at the oldest Predator film and work my way up to the most recent films. Now, guys, I'll first speak about the Predator film, which was released in 1987. It starred Arnold Schwarzenegger, who played the character Alan Dutch Schaefer. The movie is famous for the one-liner, "Get down, get to the chopper." It also stars Carl Weathers, who unfortunately died last year. He played the character Al Dillon. Carl Weathers also featured in legendary movies such as the Rocky films, where he played the character Apollo Creed, and Chubbs in the Happy Gilmore movie. Now, the movie starts off by Alan Dutch Schaefer, who's played by Arnie, accepting the mission from his former Vietnam War partner, Al Dillon, to supposedly rescue a local cabinet minister who had their helicopter shot down by a guerrilla military group in the jungle. Alan Dutch Schaefer and his squad of 5 men are paramilitary rescue team. During the mission, when they assassinate a small guerrilla military group in the jungle, he realizes his former friend Al Dillon had lied to him as it wasn't a rescue mission. It was a mission to eliminate the jungle guerrilla military, which Dutch would never agree upon, as his team only do rescue missions. The Predator had been following and stalking Dutch's paramilitary team as soon as their helicopter landed in the jungle. After the assassination of the guerrilla jungle army, the Predator decided to follow Dutch's paramilitary team to hunt them down and kill them one by one. The Predator would then claim their skulls as trophies once he killed them. The female prisoner from the guerrilla jungle army had managed to escape to the rescue chopper. This left Dutch to battle against the Predator in a one-on-one battle that resulted in Dutch defeating the Predator using booby traps. Dutch's biggest advantage against the Predator was applying mud all over his body so the Predator couldn't see him properly. Now, when it comes to my rating out of 10 for this film, I rate this film a 6 out of 10. It's slightly above average film for its time. It's definitely one of the better Predator films made. Is this film better than Predator Badlands movie? I'm going to say no. Predator Badlands was a slightly better movie in my opinion. Now, pod listeners, I will be speaking about the Predator 2 film, which was released in the year 1990, which is 3 years after Predator 1. This movie stars Danny Glover, who played an LAPD cop named Lieutenant Mike Harrigan. Danny Glover is most famously known as being Mel Gibson's sidekick in the Lethal Weapon movies. The movie is set in Los Angeles, America in the year 1997, even though the film was made in 1990. The film starts with the LAPD cops having a shootout with a group of Mexican cartels. The cartels end up in a building to load up on military-grade weaponry with the intention to go back and have a shootout with the LAPD cops. The Predator then does the LAPD cops a favor by slaughtering all of the Mexican cartels in brutal fashion. Once the Predator has killed off the Mexican cartels, he then pays attention to the Jamaican drug lords and a small group of LAPD cops that includes Lieutenant Mike Harrigan. Once the Jamaican drug lords were killed off by the Predator, Lieutenant Mike Harrigan then found himself coming in contact with a group of federal agents who had good knowledge of the Predator and had ambitions to capture the Predator by freezing it and taking it away to research it. This plan does not work out as the Predator ends up killing the small group of federal agents and leaves Lieutenant Mike Harrigan in a one-on-one battle with the Predator. Lieutenant Mike Harrigan gets the job done and kills the Predator with one of its unique alien weapons that looks like a disc. It's interesting at the end of the film when Lieutenant Mike Harrigan ends up in the Predator's spaceship and observes skulls of different creatures from all over the galaxy. And one of the Predators gives him a musket gun that's dated in the year 1715. Now, when it comes to my rating out of 10 for this film, I rate this film a 5 out of 10. It's a pretty average film at best. It's not as good as the first Predator film. Is this film better than Predator Badlands movie? No way. Predator Badlands is a much better movie, in my opinion, compared to this one. Now, pod listeners, I'll now be speaking about the movie Aliens vs. Predator, which was released in the year 2004. Now, there is a 14-year gap between the films Predator 2 and Aliens vs. Predator. Predator 2 didn't do well financially, and 20th Century Fox Studio weren't willing to take a risk and make a Predator 3 film in the 1990s. The idea of having an Alien vs. Predator film originated from a 1989 comic book, and at the end of Predator 2 movie, when it shows a skull of an alien xenomorph head in the Predator's ship. Anyway, this film starts off when a group of humans find an in-ground pyramid that is located in Antarctica. This in-ground pyramid is used for the Predators to battle against the xenomorph aliens. When the group of humans have gone down the hole into the in-ground pyramid, 3 Predators arrive and go down the hole also. There are multiple xenomorph aliens created, and the Predators are tasked to eliminate them all. At the end, the main human character and one of the Predators leave the in-ground pyramid and end up fighting the gigantic Queen Xenomorph. The human and the Predator come out the victor and defeat the gigantic Queen Xenomorph in a brutal fight on Antarctica. And when the Predator is being flown away in his spaceship, a Predalien, which is a Predator and Alien combined, is created, which opens up for a sequel film. Now, when it comes to my rating out of 10 for this film, I'll rate this film a 5 out of 10. It's a pretty average film at best. Is this film better than Predator Badlands? No, it isn't. Predator Badlands is a significantly better film than this. Now, pod listeners, I'll be speaking about the following film, Alien vs. Predator Requiem. Now, this film was released in the year 2007. As the first Alien vs. Predator film was a commercial success, 20th Century Fox decided to make a movie sequel called Alien vs. Predator Requiem. This film is based on the Predalien, a Predator and Alien combined, landing in America and has plans on running rampant and creating chaos in the country. A predator sees this in outer space and decides to go to Earth to kill the predalien and all the alien xenomorphs. The predalien is expanding by creating more xenomorph aliens using innocent humans. When the predator comes to Earth and kills off the xenomorphs, it spills a blue gooey acid on them to evaporate their bodies to hide the evidence. There is a corny storyline with the humans where there's a teenage couple seeing each other, where a jealous ex-boyfriend and his friends occasionally appear to give the boyfriend a hard time. This shouldn't have been implemented by the writers in this film, as it makes the movie way too cheesy. The movie ends with an American F-22 Raptor dropping a tactical nuclear bomb that results in exterminating the whole town where the Predator and all the alien xenomorphs were, that resulted in exterminating them all. However, the main human characters made it out via helicopter and managed to survive. Now, when it comes to my rating out of 10 for this film, I rate this film a 4 out of 10. It's a below average film, and I advise pod listeners to stay away and not watch this film. Is this film better than Predator Badlands? No way. No. This film is one of the worst Predator films made. Predator Badlands is a way better movie compared to this one. Now, pod listeners, I'll be speaking about the film Predators, which was released in the year 2010. This movie stars Adrian Brody, who plays a mercenary named Royce. He's randomly parachuted out of a plane and lands into a jungle on a different planet with a group of other people who include the following: an American doctor psychopathic murderer, a female army soldier from the Israel Defense Force, an American most wanted prisoner who is on death row, a Russian commando soldier, a Mexican cartel soldier, a Sierra Leone soldier, and a Japanese Yakuza soldier. After a while, Royce realizes that they're in a game and they're being hunted. You don't see the predators till halfway through this film. There are 3 predators who are in the hunt game, and there's one predator who's tied up and does not appear to be in the hunt to kill the humans. The predators arrange predator dogs to test out the humans probably 30 minutes within the movie. You then see a human who has survived and killed a few predators that helps out the main group of human characters in the film by taking them to an abandoned spaceship to stay. So this particular human is played by Lawrence Fishburne. So he plays Morpheus in the Matrix movies. So I did a bit of research, and he actually had 2 days availability to film his character in this film. So you see him for a short period, but he does have a significant role in this film. At the end of the film, the mercenary Royce decides to free a prisoner predator who's tied up to try and get him to arrange a spaceship to take him back to Earth. Royce almost goes into the spaceship. However, he chooses not to try and save a few of the other humans who are still alive. Lucky, Royce chooses not to go on the spaceship back to Earth as one of the bad predators chooses to destroy it. Royce finds himself in a battle with the last hunting predator. He smears mud all over his body like Arnold Schwarzenegger's character Dutch did in Predator 1. He did this to give himself an advantage as he blinds himself to the predator as they can only see in infrared, and smearing mud all over himself stops the predator from being able to see him. Royce then kills the last predator with the help of the Israel Defense Force soldier and are left on the planet to see more predators and humans being parachuted down from the sky. It just shows these games, they continue even though they've had a big win and killed a few predators. Now, when it comes to my rating out of 10 for this film, I rate this film a 7 out of 10. It's a pretty solid film. I did like it. Is this film better than Predator Badlands? I'd say no. Predator Badlands is slightly a better film than this one, in my opinion. I'll now speak about The Predator film, which was released in the year 2018. This movie stars Boyd Holbrook, who plays Quinn McKenna, who's a specialist sniper shooter in the American Army. He's on a mission at the start of the film where he's ordered to kill some cartel members in Mexico. Then all of a sudden, a predator randomly lands his spaceship nearby. Quinn McKenna then goes down to see the spaceship crash. He steals the predator's face armor and delivers it back to his house. Quinn's son opens up the box with the predator's face armor and accidentally turns it on when playing with it. That results in the predator finding out where he is. There are 2 predators in this film. One appears to be looking like the usual predator you see, and the other is a massive 10-foot predator who actually kills the other normal-looking predator. There is a human Secret Service team in this film that focuses on researching predators. They have come to the conclusion that the smaller normal-looking predator has rebelled and come to Earth to deliver something, and that the 10-foot predator was arranged to kill the smaller predator and obtain the item that was delivered by the smaller predator to Earth. The 10-foot predator ends up on a ship trying to get back to his planet. However, Quinn McKenna figures out how to destroy the ship that results in the predator getting killed. You see at the end of the film that the predator that rebelled delivered a predator-killing suit for a human to use. The device is applied on the human's arm that wants to use it. Now, when it comes to my rating out of 10 for this film, I rate this film a dismal 3 out of 10. It fucking sucked, this film. The writing of the film was terrible. The film was so fucking stupid. And in my opinion, this film should never have been made. The reason why this film didn't get a 0 out of 10 is that there were a few good Predator CGI battle scenes, and the main actor Boyd Holbrook, who played Quinn McKenna, did an okay job. Everything else was shit about this film. Is this film better than Predator Badlands? Shit, no. This is the worst Predator film ever made. Now, guys, I'll be speaking about this film. This film is actually legendary. Now, this film is called Prey. When it first came out, it was exclusive to Hulu and the Disney Channel. It was never released in the cinemas. I don't know why. It would have done pretty well if it was. And this film was released in the year 2022. Now, this movie stars Amber Midthunder, who plays the character Naru, who's a native Indian healer and hunter. This movie storyline is based in the early 1700s in the North American Great Plains area. It's also beautifully filmed. This film is gorgeous with capturing the North American Great Plains area. There is a predator who is following her and the other native Indians with the intention of hunting them and killing them one by one. In this movie, the predator isn't just after human skulls. They're after skulls from creatures that pose a threat to them in general. For example, snakes, wolves, and grizzly bears. There is actually a scene in this movie that's absolutely epic. The predator takes on a grizzly bear, and at the start of their fight, the grizzly bear was too strong and actually got the better of the predator in the battle. Then all of a sudden, the predator keeps fighting, cuts open the grizzly bear, and lifts it above his head with all the grizzly bear's blood oozing all over him. There's also a group of French voyagers who are on a mission to capture the predator. They have muskets that are pretty useless against the predator, as the predator has a bulletproof shield. Anyway, the predator ends up killing all of the French voyagers as well as some of the native Indians. At the end, there is a battle between the predator and the main character, Naru, played by Amber Midthunder. Naru beats and kills the predator by outsmarting it in a really good booby trap. Now, when it comes to my rating out of 10 for this film, I rate this film a 9 out of 10. It's a really, really good film, and I recommend anyone who hasn't seen it out there to go and see this film. The film just misses out on the 10 out of 10 score, in my opinion, as it's a bit slow at the start, and some of the writing could have been better. For example, you didn't need to have scenes where the main character was getting bullied by the other native Indians. Is this film better than Predator Badlands? I'm going to say yes. In my opinion, Prey is the best Predator movie ever made. Now, pod listeners, I will be speaking about Predator Killer of Killers, which is a cartoon animation that was released this year in June. Now, as I said, this is an adult cartoon animation that doesn't star anyone that's popular. There's 3 different Predator stories in this film. The first story involves a Viking in Scandinavia in the year 841 who defeats a predator. The second story involves a samurai in Japan in the year 1609 who defeats a predator. The third story involves a fighter pilot in the year 1942, which is around the World War II area, who defeats a predator in their spaceship. Once these 3 stories have been completed, the 3 humans I've just mentioned that killed a predator in their timelines end up in a battle arena where they're ordered to kill monster creatures and also fight themselves. This animated cartoon movie does open itself up for a sequel with the way it ends. I'll just leave it at that, as I don't want to spoil how this one ends up, as this is a pretty recent release. Now, when it comes to my rating out of 10 for this cartoon animation, I rate this cartoon animation a 7 out of 10. It's a pretty solid cartoon animation. Is this cartoon animation better than the Predator Badlands? I'm gonna say no. In my opinion, Predator Badlands is a better film than this. Now, my conclusion to the Predator film franchise, the following are the worst Predator films to the best Predator films, in my opinion, in rank. Now, the ninth worst Predator film, in my opinion, is The Predator, which was released in the year 2018. I rate this movie a 3 out of 10. This movie was just stupid, and the writing was so terrible that this movie should never have been made. The reason why this movie didn't get a 0 out of 10 is that there were a few good Predator CGI battle scenes, and the main actor Boyd Holbrook, who played Queen McKenna, did an okay job. The eighth worst Predator film is Alien vs. Predator Requiem, which was released in the year 2007. I rate this film a 4 out of 10. This movie ranks a little higher than the one I just mentioned because the writing and storytelling was slightly better, even though it's no good. The seventh worst Predator film is Predator 2, which was released in the year 1990. I rate this film a 5 out of 10. I thought this movie was an average film. Danny Glover acted well as the actor who played the main LAPD cop. The sixth worst Predator film is Alien vs. Predator, in my opinion, which was released in the year 2004. I rate this movie a 5 out of 10. I felt this was an average film also. It's slightly better than the Predator 2 as it had better CGI effects and better action scenes. The fifth worst Predator film is the first one, Predator 1, which was released in the year 1987. I rate this film a 6 out of 10. I felt this movie was slightly above average. Arnold Schwarzenegger was really good acting as the main actor who plays a paramilitary soldier who's on a search and rescue mission. The fourth best Predator film is Predator Killer of Killers, which was released this year, 2025. I rate this cartoon animation a 7 out of 10. I'm not really into cartoon animation adult films. However, this film is really well written and shows numerous Predator battles with humans in completely different scenarios and timelines, which was fascinating. The third best Predator film is Predators, which was released in the year 2010. I rate this film a 7 out of 10. This movie stars Adrian Brody, who plays a mercenary, and at the start of the film, wakes up as he's skydiving in the air with a parachute. After a while, he figures out he's a part of a hunting game while he lands in the jungle. The second best Predator film is Predator Badlands, which has just recently been released and is in the cinemas right now. I rate this movie an 8 out of 10. This is a great film that's based on a story of a predator on a mission to win the acceptance of his father and clan. The best Predator film, in my opinion, is Prey, which was released in the year 2022. I gave a rating of this film a 9 out of 10. This is the best Predator film. It's based in the early 1700s and it features a native Indians and French voyagers for the predator to hunt down and kill. Now, pod listeners, this is the end of my podcast episode. Go and see Predator Badlands as it's still in the cinemas. Also, an honorable mention to Prey, which was released back in 2022. Go watch that film by streaming it on the Disney Channel. That movie is the best Predator movie ever made. I hope you've all enjoyed this pod episode, and I'll see you all on the next Keats pod episode. Cheers.